Hey everyone, today let's watch some videos about people who regret quitting their jobs, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more videos and content like this. And now let's get started.
Who else has left a job that you're like not the happiest at because of like company changes, and then like 3-4 months later you're like, damn, I probably should have not left and waited it out a little bit. I'm definitely feeling that. I have like a post pinned about it. I left my company at the end of February. I thought it was going to be my forever job. And over the last 6 months that I was there was a lot of changes that made me like really unhappy. And I had just moved into a different role within those 6 months. So I didn't feel like I could like move to a different position. And I was wanting to work part-time. I would have stayed there if they would have had part-time, but they didn't have part-time. So I left. And I left before we went on our trip to California. And when we went on our trip back home to California, we left there like 10 years ago. We were both like, we want to move back. My job was fully remote. We had people that worked in California. And now I need to work full time again to get back to California in 2 years. My husband's gonna be able to get his promotion at his job, and him having a promotion and me working full time, we will be able to afford like after school childcare for my oldest son. And it's just like, I don't know if I need to go and kind of be like, hey, can I get my job back? It's just, I tried to do the waiting tables thing and for just like fun extra money. And for me, I really just like getting that big chunk of money every 2 weeks. Like, yeah, getting the cash every day is whatever. But I just honestly, I like sitting on my butt. I like sitting on my butt, beep, boop, typing, clicking, answering the phone, sitting in my home. I like doing that instead of running around 15-20 hours a week, if I'm just being honest. But man, I'm having a lot of regrets about leaving my job. I was unhappy for quite a few months, but I just feel like I could have stuck it out for 3 to 4 and just changed my position. But I didn't know we were going to want to move like back home to California from Texas. I just didn't know certain things were going to happen a month and a half later. Isn't that just how life goes though? That's just how life goes.
That feeling of leaving a job you thought was stable for your life, and then a few months later, sitting here thinking, maybe I shouldn't have quit. It's really heavy and frustrating. At the time, everyone just wants to escape the pressure, to be free, to make a chance, but then you realize the old job has the perks. At least it was safe. At least it has steady paycheck. At least you weren't scrambling to figure out on the next move. I think most of us have gone through this feeling when life throws unexpected things at you, and all you can do is ask yourself, if only I had thought it through. If only I had been patient a little bit more. Honestly, no one's is really right or wrong. Life isn't just easy. And sometimes we have to sit with that regret to learn how to move forward.
I quit my job and today I'm having regret. Let's talk about it. Currently on a hot mom walk because I need to clear my head. My house was just infuriating me. Found myself complaining so much this morning, just being super ungrateful. So I needed to just clear my head and get out. I currently work as a PA in the urgent care. My last day is May 28th and I made 6 figures. There's a couple of reasons why I quit. One, because my job was just not fulfilling. Healthcare is not what it used to be. It was draining me. It was burning me out. And the way that the company was running things, I just didn't want to stand by and be part of that. Number 2, I wanted to be home more. Maybe a stay-at-home mom, but just have the flexibility and freedom to be a present mom, because a lot of times I was gone from over 13-14 hours a day. I'm trying to stay open for something that is maybe per diem or part-time. However, the market in Southern California is super saturated. Also, currently, all the boys are under my health insurance. So by the end of the month, we are not going to have health insurance. I'm only 1 week into this whole staying at home. Although technically I'm not unemployed just yet. I have a lot of days off in May, and this stay-at-home training mom thing is getting real because I have more days at home. I'm feeling worthless. I'm feeling like I don't know what my purpose is.
90 days ago, I took a job. I left a $120,000 salary job, super fucking secure. I left to join another company that I thought was a really good culture fit. 90 days ago, they gave me a higher salary. They allowed me to work remote, and I was leading a team again, doing all the things that I wanted to do. I was like really excited. And then the last 90 days, I've been pushing and doing all of this stuff to get everyone involved and kind of create a movement and just reinvigorate the whole team, right? And then today they told me we're eliminating the position because of the bottom line. 90 days after I took the role. So this is just a reminder to myself and literally everyone out there that might see this video to fucking think twice before you just leave a secure job to take something else that seems more fitting. Just think twice, because they might fuck you over. I don't know. Bye.
On Monday, I announced that I quit my toxic job and that I was going to live my life. I was granted with that opportunity and I'm taking it. However, am I the only one that has felt like this after quitting their job? Like, I know it was good for me. I know it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders, but at the same time, I feel like I'm putting like a burden on my husband, like putting my car payment and whatever, even though he's okay with doing it. But it's like, I feel like I'm adding to the plate instead of taking off of the plate.
So I did 2 years as a personal shopping assistant at Bergdorf's, and then the third year I really wanted a change and I really wanted to be on the like more client experience and event side, which didn't really exist at the time. So the role that I was put in was kind of created for me and for a need that they were trying to fill. So it was great. I had the best manager. I loved who I worked with. I still talk to them. I tried to go back last year and it just like there wasn't a spot for me at the time. But I left on like the best terms. Ultimately, the reason I left is because the role that I was in wasn't as developed, obviously because the department was all new. And they were still figuring out like what budget looked like, what direction they wanted to take it in. And I really wanted to go to a bigger company that had that all developed, thinking that like I had never been anywhere else. I worked there straight out of college, thinking that another company like that was bigger or worldwide might have their shit together too. Fun fact, they didn't. And it was definitely a big learning curve for me that no one has their shit together, no matter what company or industry you're in. And I ended up going to Cartier, which I thought was amazing, except I got fired 6 months later because of social media. So honestly, like, look, obviously the grass is always greener. If I had known that, I would have obviously stayed at Bergdorf's. They begged me to stay and I was like, I really want to change it. It isn't you, it's me, whatever. I should have stayed. And obviously I can't change that. And now my dad, when I say like, really, like I shouldn't have left, and he's like, yeah, I kind of agree. I'm like, but we never would have known what would have happened. So after I got fired, I basically took a year, was doing social media, and then was like, you know what, this isn't sustainable. I want another 9 to 5. And I found myself in an even worse position I won't even go into the company that I was at. But that sucked. And I wasn't even there for a full year. And I left in June, like this past June. And now here I am.
Honestly, after watching these clips, I just want to say, quitting a job is a big decision. And before leaving a stable position, you need to think carefully. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. And if you're going through that regret after quitting, you are not alone. And everyone's been there. The important thing is to learn from the experience and prepare for your next steps. And if you ever been in this situation, you can drop a comment down below and share your story with us. And I really want to hear your stories. And that's it for our videos today. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's it. Thank you again. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.